Hi, hi. Okay, it's raining. It is the same day as the last video, the Goodwill video, where we did hard goods and clothing. I just finished my tax appointment. It is now raining, but that's okay. That's not going to stop me. I'll see you inside. Oh my. Okay, my feet are wet. I don't care. I'm just thrifting. Really, how fancy do you have to be to go thrifting, right? Well, surprise, surprise, look who's here. Becky came in right behind me. Turn around, girl, what? I want to make a Thrifty Rich Club jacket. That's so cool. All right, we're going to go shop. It's just a coincidence. She just showed up. She was over on Powers. I was at the taxes. It is nice and quiet in here. I think there's only 5 of us and one cashier. One of my favorites, though. I'm going to look at jewelry first. Becky went on back to hard goods. I told her to leave me something. She said she was just here yesterday, though. That's little homemade things. Let's see. I don't see anything. Wait a minute. Are these disco ball glasses? All right. $3.99. But y'all know I gotta have those just for fun. They're disco ball glasses. They're just little glasses, and then it looks like you have little disco ball earrings. I'm stuck in the 70s and 80s, so I love disco balls. So I might get these to wear for a show or something, just for fun. Yeah. All right. What else? I did look at the jewelry in the cases. There wasn't a lot. That's a magnetic with the hematite, right? That's kind of cool though, because you just throw it around you and then just it'll snap together. 199. That's cute. I can't tell if that's vintage or not, but it's adorable. I want it. Hopefully one of you guys will too. I probably should get this too for someone, right? Let me come in closer so you guys can see. Okay, just a lot of the normal stuff. One of these. Let's see what it says. Lucky. It says lucky. Right. I want to make those. I want to sit down sometime live with you guys and make those. Does anybody else make those and have kits? And we'll just like do it together. You can come on live with me or just, I don't know, just do it with me from your home if you're shy. Just have some fun. All right. Let's go see if we can find something. If I find a mirror, I'm going to try those on. Where am I going to put this so it doesn't fall out? All right, hang on. Okay, well, absolutely nothing. Unless Becky has it in her cart. So let's see. Furniture. That's an interesting stool with that couch. Let's zoom in on that. That's a nice sectional, unique stool with the metal. Might even lift up, you know. They always have good furniture here. There's some nice animal print chairs back there. Some great cabinets in the back. Computer monitors. Glass. That's going to be popular again. What's Becky looking at? Becky's looking at an ice bucket. Is there anything in your cart? I just zipped right down that aisle. There really wasn't much out, huh? Well, Becky found a few things. She's going to put in her booth. She's going on to the next thrift store. Loft. So, anyways, let's do clothing. And I see this cabbie already. Cabbie still sells well. Cabbie will sell well. It's made well. It fits well. That's pretty cute. I know it's the wrong time of year, but it's only $5.99. Small. I like their stuff. I might get that. Silence and Noise. I wonder if that's still a thing. It's been a while. Silence and Noise. I don't think this would be it. But that brand name was a thing about 3 or 4 years ago. H&M, no thank you. That's at the mall. They do copycat designer stuff and it's very cheap. Chico's, there's a following. So if the price is right, I'll do a Chico's. I'll do a Coldwater Creek. The young girls like to laugh about that. And they can just go on laughing, but it's a thing. That was Walmart or Target. Exhilaration. Sanctuary. Nope, it's not good though. And just because, it's a brand name, Talbot's New York company, it's not bad, kind of like Express. It still has to be a good piece. It can't just have the name on it. Loft, again, it still has to be a good piece. It has to be in good shape. It has to be on trend. So you can't just watch other clothing sellers and be like, and write down those names. That does not work, okay? You're going to get exasperated and you're going to have a bunch of clothing that you can't get rid of. The clothing market's pretty flooded between Poshmark, eBay, etc. So you really got to be on your game. Or you're just going to be selling there's an American Eagle. It's not good though. I don't like that color. But you really have to be on your game. There's another one. That one I'll pick up too. White House Black Market. Not so much this though. But that name I'll look at. But anyways, you got to be on your game for clothing or you're just going to wear yourself out again. To be able to look at something and see if it's going to fit, you got to check the underarms inside out. You got to check the elbows to make sure they're not worn out, all the seams. I bought something just the other day from eBay. Something I found at the thrift store. I liked it, so as typical, I went on eBay to get another one in another color. A Merrill top, athleisure. And you could tell she was just a bins or thrift store clothing reseller. It was nasty, nothing like the pictures. It had a hole in it with a safety pin. And it had underarm stains. There's a Gap. That's an older Gap, but you know what's cool about this is that's like 80s, 90s Y2K fabric. That's actually a possibility. This might even be silk. Yes, 100% silk. $3.99. That's a possibility, along with the cabbie. Definitely. Anyways, so she has to pay shipping to have that returned to her. Just can't stand a lazy reseller. Victoria's Secret, of course, that's worth looking at. Victoria's Secret label. They do clothing. That's not bad. Not just lingerie. Alright, let's see. Let's expedite this a little bit. Just look at fabrics. I know what's trending and what's not. What looks overly washed and what doesn't, right? What looks possibly vintage and doesn't. Okay, we'll breeze through the medium here, and then I'm going to go do athleisure. That's usually where the money's at. Let's just breeze through here, you guys. Otherwise, you'll be at a thrift store all day as a clothing seller. Current Air, Los Angeles. Not a bad fabric, though. A little bit vintagey, retro vintage. Gap. Not a bad name. Don't need to look at this. Look at that awful stitching. Yeah, it's a fast fashion brand, Miss Look. Don't confuse it with Miss Sook. That's a higher end, like Eileen Fisher and Miss Sook. That's has a good resale value. Typically, your average piece $40 to $60, $80. So don't confuse that label. Such as don't confuse St. John's Bay with St. John. It's a huge difference. Okay, athleisure. I think I will skip most of the leggings. Just let me look at the breeze through it. Okay, let's start here. Okay, here comes a squeaky. All right, Columbia. That's a good brand. So if it's a cute, you can't just say Columbia again. It's got to be cute. Which is not the lower end line for like Walmart. Something more cute. Not a bad brand. Lands End because it has a following. The catalog, and they do tall as well. Columbia, not bad. What is this? Excursion. Okay, it's cute though, but oh, it's got the reflector too. That's kind of cute though. What I mean by that is, let me zoom in. That right there, that silver, that's car reflector, light reflecting. So Nike, that's not a good one though, not to me. Is that Hurley or Under Armour? These are not bad. Sometimes if it's got a good theme on it, these bike shirts that are like bicycling, see that. Um, if it was an interesting event, was that 2012? Sometimes I'll buy those. That feels good. It's a Reebok, probably Kohl's or something. No, that doesn't belong there. Just showing you guys Adidas. It's a cute color though. Oh, Kyodan. Now that's one of my favorites. See it, Kyodan. I wear a lot of Kyodan. It's not focusing very well, but that's what their label looks like. It's quality stuff, and it's not sold in a lot of stores. So it's like you can't go to Walmart or Target and get, they're not going to have a rack of Kyodan, and it's just really good stuff. Okay, tanks. So let me look and see. Sometimes I'll look through these if it's like Victoria's Secret Sport or Lululemon, of course. Oh, I like this stuff. Kyodan does this. Lululemon does it. I wear these a lot in black from Kyodan. This looks like a Lululemon. $12.99 it must be. Cause let's see. Yeah, there it is. $12.99. Yeah, these are studio pants. What do you call them? Training or studio pants. So comfy. I have a bunch in Lululemon and Kyodan for myself. All right, let's turn around. Fila, I like that. Only certain ones though. It is sold at the discount stores, so there's some more of these. See, that's a cool one. What's this one? Colorado Roadhouse. Still has the tag on it. $3.99. U.S. Bank. I like these with the summer. I saw something. This. Nope. That's gonna be a copy. Yep. That's a Lululemon copy. Your Define jacket and Kirtland. Seriously, make your own designs, people. Alright, I did dresses. It is full of nothing but Shein stuff. It is crazy. Fast fashion and Shein. You see that? When you see it online, see that fabric? Told you guys. Yeah, Shein. And when you see it, it looks like she's wearing something that has glitter in it and it's all awesome. But this is what you get. And then it ends up at the thrift store. I guess returning must be hard on Shein. I don't know. I've never bought anything. The only thing I saw worth mentioning is this little golf or tennis dress. Adidas, but it's $14.99. So I really couldn't give someone a good deal. Let's see this though. That's not bad. It's just a shirt. That's a pretty fabric. A little dated. Yeah, everything looks very worn out. You would not want to risk your reputation selling it. This isn't bad. Is that a K Unger? Yep, that's what that is. K Unger. It's got a little bit of value in it. Good quality fabric for the price. Good for girls starting out a career that work in an office. It's got some longevity. Ruching. That's what I mean by ruching, you guys. That's why I pulled that out. All right. Well, just jewelry. Let's head up the street. It's just about 3 blocks and go check out the Goodwill. Becky's probably there now, but we'll see if she left me anything.